Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Okay, I have not checked the weather yet this morning, but it looks like it's going to be a nice day. Okay, 17 degrees already. Getting a nice early start here. Got to get this mess cleaned up. I am so glad that I finally got to what I feel is the end of this part. Now, one of the viewers, who I believe he lives right here in Winnipeg, his name is Mark, and Mark commented, and Mark, if you're listening, thank you for being honest. This is a mess. Yeah, it didn't turn out the way I'd wanted, that's for sure. Yeah. No, he was. No, don't get me wrong. He was nice about his comment. Yeah. Yeah, you got that right. It just the parts, they were sort of at a bit of a. They were supposed to be, the beveled part. It was at a bit of a skew, and it glued that way. I suppose what I could do is I could break everything apart and try and clean it up with some sort of solvent. The problem is the solvent will also, what's the name of that? I keep forgetting the name of that stuff. Acetone. Why is it I can't remember the word acetone? Anyway, acetone, as well as cleaning up the CA glue, it will also dissolve the plastic parts, and they are so small it won't take much, and they'll be gone. They'll be sprue goo. Okay, yeah, I could do that, and I could redo it all over again, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just leave it the way it is. And in fact, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. We are done. We want to move on, and the next time I see that will be after when it comes to spraying it. Okay. Now about this stuff here. One of the viewers, I think he was in Germany, and he mentioned how much this stuff costs in Germany. So when I was Googling it here to find out how much it would be in Canada, I couldn't find anything definitive, but it shocked me to find out that these pills, unless I'm wrong, and it's unbelievable, they're about $1,000 a pill. How could that possibly be? Now, I do remember one of the doctors that I spoke to, and since the beginning of April, when I had my surgery, when the EKG first discovered there was something wrong, I've spoken to so many doctors, and I can't remember which one it was, but he mentioned something about $200,000. Now, I don't know if he meant for a year or what, I think he was indicating something about before the government will spend $200,000 on medication, they want to, yada, yada, yada. But I'm thinking $200,000. That can't be right. But yeah, $1,000 a pill? I feel really guilty in a way. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the Pfizer drug company. I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful to the pharmacy here in Winnipeg, that Innomar Pharmacy, for arranging all this and getting Purelator to deliver it and everything. Oh, and by the way, it wasn't Purelator's fault. Some people maybe misunderstood. When it didn't come, it wasn't their fault. It was the person that phoned me that gave me the wrong day. Not the right time, but the wrong day. Anyway, it's all said and done. Probably that'll never happen again. And I've got this. There's 11 refills of this stuff, and I'm assuming they're all going to be zero charge, no charge. Like I say, I feel guilty. There's, when I think of somebody much younger, like kids in maybe third world countries that are dying because they're starving to death, and here I'm taking medication, $1,000 a pill, you know. And yet, I was thinking about that earlier today, and I was thinking, well, who could I contact and say, could you please give that money to starving children? Well, then the thought occurred, well, how do I know that it's actually going to go there, or is it going to help somebody to build their super yacht? We have so much dishonesty in high places these days that somebody like me doesn't trust anybody. You only trust what you can actually hold in your hands and see. Now, I do believe that I have a heart condition. The reason I know is because when I was back at the beginning of April, I think it was April the 10th, I had to go in for that surgery. And by that time, I'd already had the EKG that had indicated that there was a problem. But I'm laying there on the table, and there's quite a few people in the operating room. I was surprised how many people there were. There was the doctor himself, Dr. Anderson, who performed the surgery, and then of course he had a team. And we were sort of talking back and forth, and they were doing the epidural thing, and I was congratulating the guy who did the epidural for. I'd hardly even felt it this time, than the time before. I thought they were going to kill me. Anyway, but it went really well, and then I'm laying there, and they're getting ready to give me the anesthetic, and in the background I can hear my heart beeping. And I'm listening to this, and I'm noticing it's not beeping evenly, and I'm sort of joking about this, and I'm saying, "Oh my goodness, is that my heart?" And somebody indicated, yeah. And I said, it's not very even or something like that. And then it seemed to stop, and I joked, and I said, oh, it stopped. And then it started again. I said, oh, it started again. I mean, there's nothing I could do about it. Then I thanked them all for what they were about to do, and the next thing I knew, I was waking up in the recovery room. Yeah. How did we get onto that? Anyway, yeah. So I know that there is a problem. Yeah, we're talking about trusting people in high places. Yeah. Anyway, I guess bottom line is I am very grateful to everybody involved that's getting me this stuff, because if I had to spend $1,000 a pill, I'd say no, I'm not going to spend it. 100 years from now, it wouldn't make any difference whether I had them or not. I mean, I'd have to sell the house. It would wipe me out. I'd be in a cardboard box on the street. The only difference is I'd be in the cardboard box maybe a year or two longer than I would have if I didn't take the pills, Maybe I'll be in a cardboard box anyway. Oh, box anyway. Yeah. Okay, enough foolishness here. Let's get on. Today we are going to move on with... let's get this out of the way. We're going to move on here in step 22. Okay, we did this part right here where we have to put the baffles, or whatever you call them, inside to give it strength. That worked out good. We have now built this thing. Okay, that's this part right here. The next thing, it looks like we are going to have to try and get the photo etch around this part right here, which is supposed to go on like this. Okay, yeah, there's those three spidery things, and then there's the railing all the way around the outside. So I can't see where it's something that I can't do. I think it's going to be okay. Then we move over a little bit to the right. It looks like there's a catwalk with a railing around it. That might be hard. I might have to solder that to get it to stay together. I can see where maybe soldering that is the way to go. Yeah. We're going to be in step 22 for a while. Okay, what do we got here? 7:48. I think I better push stop and clean up my mess and prepare it for the little spidery thingies. Okay. It's gonna be a beautiful day again.
She gets this wolfy grin on her face. Especially when she'd been playing with the cat for a while.
I forgot about you, Missy. I'm very sorry. Very sorry, but I'm coming. Just let me get some stuff here for you. I'll get you one of these that you can nibble on while we're... Look at this.
Help you, Uncle Ron? Help you out here?
Need help?
I'll pick you up. Help you pick out a good one.
I want the big one. Okay, hang on.
Poor Missy, she just got out of her kennel this morning. She's waking up with a scratch. The cat came out behind the air purifier, attacked her and wrapped herself with all 4 feet around her neck. What a way to wake up. What a way to wake up.
Okay. There we go. There you are, Missy. I'll try and... Okay, come on up for a little tickle. Yeah. There's no more. No, you got it all. You don't get those pills. Found out these pills could be $1,000 a pill. Is that possible?
That means that you are worth $333,000 a year. Is that possible?
No. I don't think I'm worth it.
I heard that if people ground us down to water and minerals, we're probably each worth about $1.57. So you've done well to become $333,000.
Bye, Missy. Bye, Missy. Thanks for coming.
You're spending $1,000 a day on you. How am I supposed to sleep at night when I'm thinking about that?
That's right. I was telling the viewers I'd sooner they gave it to starving children in third world countries.
Yeah, or the guy next door even, you know. I would be okay with that. I've always thought it was a nice idea for people to give me money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was.
$1,000 a day would be pretty nice, wouldn't it?
It'd be a good use of the cash. I could spend it on the cat.
Okay.
Have a beautiful ride today, Rod.
I'm gonna try.
Thank you for your kindness.
Thank you. See you later. And it is a beautiful day. Yeah, beautiful day to be still alive. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, now. Yeah, I forgot to get myself ready for Missy. I forgot to take the cap off and say something, we are ready, like we are ready for you know who. I guess I got a lot on my mind. One of the things that was on my mind is I had to get gas this morning for my bike, otherwise I'm not going to be going too far. So I went off to the service station. I don't know what you call it where you live. Anyway, I got the gas or petrol or whatever, and I'm ready to go out for another quick scoot. Yeah. Okay, I've got the pieces we need here. Clearly, we're going to have to be putting these 3 in here, and I'm noticing that there's a little bit of a, you might say, it's sort of recessed right here. Okay, so I'm thinking that if I don't bend these things too small, I should be able to get them to just sort of fit in there under tension. You know, just sort of wedge themselves in, and then put a little bit of CA glue in the appropriate places. Now, 2 of them are the exact same size, and 1 of them is smaller. However, the railing that has to go around the outside, that scares me. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm going to do my best, but it's this this piece right here. and it is very, very thin, very spindly, and it has to be glued on. We'll do the best we can. No promises. No promises. Um, okay, well, let's recompose here and get our parts. We only need a total of 4 pieces. Yeah. Hey Google, set a reminder for 1:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
Got it. Tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. What's the title?
Watch Jason at the model kit stuff.
Sure. I'll remind you tomorrow at 1:30 p.m.
Okay, so I think maybe I should clarify what that's all about. Jason is going to have a live show on at 1:30 Winnipeg time. I believe it is 7:30 UK time tomorrow, Saturday. That's PM. Or that would likely be 6:30 p.m. GMT. Okay. Now, the easiest way for you to remember, everybody in the whole world knows what time it is in Winnipeg at any given moment. So, yeah, it's 1:30 p.m. Winnipeg time. Like anybody cares. Okay. Well, I mean, they care about the show, but they don't care what time it is in Winnipeg. Okay, yeah, Jason's going to be talking about some. Well, you can watch the. I'll put a link to it in the description of today's episode, and you can click on it and see what that's all about. I've been following Jason ever since he first got started. Oh my goodness, he must be been at it now for about 5-6 years. Yeah. So he's a really, in case you don't know who he is, Jason Port. He's a very gifted modeler. He's been modeling since he was a kid. Yeah, he gives a lot of tips and tricks on the show. It's altogether different show from mine. Altogether different. So, okay. What we're going to do here? Well, we're going to get our macro lens on, and we're going to get these little spidery things. See, can I reach that now? There we go. See you with the macro lens. Okay, so I'm got my head scrunched right in here, and for perspective here, that's my finger, and you will notice that at the end of the spider leg there's a little tiny connection. Now this you can't actually see. So I'm getting a cramp in my arm. Don't think I've ever had that before. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's any side effects to this new medication. Maybe cramps in your arm is one of them. Okay, so what we want to do is we don't want to accidentally cut this spider leg too short. We want to cut it right there. Okay, swing it around. I'm going to try and get them so that they're easiest for me. This one doesn't seem to have one. Oh yeah, this one's. I missed it. How could I miss something that big? Okay, let's get it over here now. Now we don't want to bend it. I'm going to try and keep it straight. Sort of. Okay, that one. I'll probably do the other two of these off camera. Because they're going to be just exactly the same. Now, getting them up off of the sticky sheet that they are stuck to right now is going to be a bit of a challenge. Well, we've done this sort of thing before, haven't we? But it seems to me that the photo etch parts of this kit are a little bit more delicate than the can't talk and work at the same time, can I? Try and get them all loose. Maybe I'll just turn it. Try to hook in. Okay, that's basically loose. That's loose. Okay, that one's loose. Did I get this one? Okay, I think I've got them all. Okay, now let's try in the center here. Maybe this might not be the best thing. Maybe my hobby knife. Where is my hobby knife? Did I go right straight? Did I go all the way through maybe, and I'm trying to pull the plastic up? Doesn't seem to want to come here. Oh, there. I think I got it. You can probably see this way better than I can. Okay, there we got it. Oh, you know what? We missed one. We missed one. Okay, let's there we go. Okay. Now I think that I can probably do a safer job on the other two if I don't have to try and get my eyes underneath the macro lens here. There. Okay, we got it. Yeah, there's one here and there's one here. Maybe what we'll do is we'll get these other ones later off camera, and let's try and get that spindly little railing. Okay, here's our piece of photo etch railing, G13, and it is quite long. Yeah, it's quite long. It just seems to go forever. Okay. Now, where are the tabs? Okay, we'll get the tabs on one side, then I'll flip it over, flip it around, and get the tabs on the other side. Now I gotta be careful that I don't actually bend something I don't want bent. Okay. That one's not cutting like it. There we go. I think I had my blade partly on the rail. That was not good. Okay, that was a good cut. That one went pretty good. I'm using that black dot as a reference so that I know that the part is going to be. I just had a terrible thought. Did I remember to press record? Oh yeah. Okay. Wouldn't be the first time. There's probably one of these on the other end too, I think. Come on. Maybe I'm going to have to swing this or see if I can swing this around and get it underneath. There we go. I can get a better angle. That did not go well. Why? That did not go well. I don't want to wreck the corner. Okay, I think I'm through here now. Let's just see if we can get it lifted off. What's going to happen? Yeah, it's lifting okay. Okay, I'm going to have to swing them around now and get these ones on the other side. And we were going to check the other end, weren't we? Yeah, there is one. Okay, I'm probably going to get in your light just a little bit here. Oh, it's not going good. Yeah, I must be through. Yeah, it's lifting off. Okay. All right, let's swing this around now. Get the ones on the other side. That one went good. That one went good. Now, in order to see this whole thing being lifted off, obviously we can't be zoomed in like this. This should be the last one. That one went really good. I like it when they snap like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of hook under here and try and get maybe a different blade. Something a little bit that I can sort of slide underneath. You know. Oh, this might work. This might work. Just careful, careful, careful. Okay, let's go all the way along. Now watch that it doesn't kink too much. Yeah, we're getting it. Okay, it's loose. It's loose. All right. Okay. I still have not got the other two spiders. But we got this one. And we have our little railing that we just got. I gotta find a, maybe a test tube might be a good place for this. Yeah. Seems to me I've got an extra long test tube that I made up quite a while ago. I'll find it, and we'll get the railing stuck in there and keep it safe. But I want to call it quits here for today. I want to get out on the bike and have a quick scoot. And the weather's still beautiful out there. I think it's big, fluffy white clouds. Makes for a really nice photogenic ride. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to watch Jason's show tomorrow.